The gladiator archetype embodies the execution force. He is very active within you and speaks with this voice. I am the master of my destiny. I am in control of my life. I know I will succeed. The gladiator operates within an environment that he calls the arena. He knows it very well, as he has trained his own life to be effective and efficient. He knows the rules of engagement, he knows the players, he knows the environment, he knows the weapons. And in terms of weapons, he can rely on his talent, his values, his skills and competencies, his ability to plan strategically and act tactically, his ability to influence people through effective communication. And in case he faces failures, he will bounce back thanks to his resilience. So, in terms of execution, the gladiator takes responsibility. He takes ownership of his own dreams and of his own projects as he wants to succeed. And he will create a team if this is needed to achieve their dreams, as long as the team obey his orders. At the end of the day, it is his success. But he wants a fair fight. He wants a good battle. Now, it might be that within that quest for success, the gladiator goes out of balance. That means that he will put too much effort in crafting his own path. He might start to over control things, over consume energy, and to a certain extent start to want to dominate others. And why not manipulate them? This is when the gladiator comes out of balance.
A gladiator out of balance. Is it really that bad? I mean, in our society, putting in more effort, spending more energy, and pushing against in order to create results seems to be the norm. It seems to be acceptable and even prized and valued. So, what is so bad? We are not used to existing in an environment where everyone's gladiator is confident and elevated. And that has a major impact on the manifestation, the projects, the dreams that we're trying to put into the world. So let's have a look at the pillars that uphold the elevated gladiator and see if we can understand better how this affects our projects. So the pillars are resilience and focus, empowerment, and recognition. If these aspects of the self are not aligned and fulfilled, the action force of the gladiator, the execution force, instead of going straight into the forward momentum of the project, gets dissipated into the different pillars to try and uplift them. The effect of that is only temporary because that energy is not meant to feed the pillars, it's meant to feed the project. It's kind of the same as every month when you make your mortgage payment. There's only a tiny portion of your mortgage payment that really goes into paying your house, paying the capital. The rest is dissipated in interest. And so it's the same for the execution force. And when your gladiator is out of balance, you get that sense more and more that you're putting effort and energy, and there's a sense of frustration because the project doesn't necessarily move forward faster or in obvious ways. These pillars need to be filled at all times during the unfoldment of the project. So there are some questions we can ask to test the waters and see where we're standing with regards to the pillars and with regards to the confidence of our gladiator. So when we're thinking of focus, it's important to test the emotional energy around my focus. So I'm focused on the joyful outcome of this project, on enjoying the process of creating this, or if we start to sense some urgency, some weight, and some stress being put on the focus, which becomes more like I have to succeed, I have to see this through, um, I'm gonna complete this task no matter what. Then we start to perceive that the focus is no longer on the project itself, but it's turned back into us, into the fear of failure and a sense of needing to succeed because. So that's turned back to us, and we need to then flip the coin over and put the focus back onto the project, understanding why it's there, what it's going to bring to our company, to our clients, to the community, and put the focus back onto the project itself and return it to a light, joyful, and positive aspect. Now, for empowerment, um, the project itself is not responsible to feed our sense of empowerment. That must come from us. So, how can I help myself feel more empowered? By looking at my past achievements, at looking at what I bring every day, and taking away the connection or the interdependency between what I bring to this project and how I create something for this project, because my sense of empowerment is not solely linked to the project, and to get back into a general and looking at other places where I am empowered. In the same way, when we look at the pillar of recognition, it's all about self recognition and not about being recognized by others or fulfilling their expectation. It's about, here am I recognizing myself, so knowing what my gifts, my skills, my values are, and looking on those aspects to replenish my recognition pillar, so that all of the action force of execution can be returned in the direction of the project and no longer disappearing in the interest of the pillars that we need to fill.
So let us summarize. When the gladiator filled the focus towards successful outcome of his project, that he senses his ability to bounce back through resilience, even when he's facing failures or difficulties. When he feels empowered deep within himself, and when he's able to recognize himself, his talent, his skills, his capacities, and his values, then the gladiator will sense this level of confidence. And when you feel that confidence, without a doubt, you will know that you have reached the elevated state of your gladiator.